Welcome to Yep Yeah Yes with Marissa and Tamika, coming to you in the year 2020, 4th of July show. How are you, Marissa?
Fantastic. How are you?
Good. Good.
Nice.
um,
I
so
see your cough is still good.
yeah, I cough when I talk and eat. So
All right.
when I got nothing to say, I'm all good. So that's that. Okay, so today's episode, American history. Do statues matter? We see all this stuff with people tearing down statues on their own, and
Mm-hmm.
local governments, taking upon themselves to take down statues. Um, but my thing is like, it's all great, like, okay, that's fine, but does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? Like, what are your thoughts about the statues coming down? Because it's become very polarizing.
So I'm a little all over the place with my thinking when it comes to like statues. If it bothers you, take it down. If it doesn't bother you, who cares, right? If you're all for it and they're taking down a statue that you really believe in, okay. I don't think that all these monuments dictate whether or not we learn them. We live in New York, where there's a plethora of statue options. Many people don't even know, like when they're on a horse, it's 1 foot up, 3 foot down. Did they die in battle? Not. Most people don't even know what statues are where. They've passed monuments. Some people don't even know that there's an obelisk from Egypt in the middle of Central Park. So do statues really matter? No, it doesn't really bother me, and it doesn't bother me that they're taking them down.
I
But I'm also
I see that. No, finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. There's like a little delay. Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. It's just you know what? It just doesn't I never I can see how it bothers some people, and if it's a symbol of something that makes you feel less than, then sure, take it down. But I'm not going to be one of those people that's saying that you're taking history away. I don't think it's taking history away.
Well,
I wasn't there when they put it up. Oh.
I mean, I understand why people want to take them down. Um, and I think, like you were saying, like people don't notice, but there are so many that do notice. Otherwise, they wouldn't be wanting to take them down. If that, you know what I'm saying? Like I might
Mhm.
not notice one thing, but I might not notice one statue, but I notice another. We went to DC. I don't know, actually, I mean, we have gone to DC, but it wasn't with you on this trip. And you see the MLK statue, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed that, you know,
Yeah.
you know what he stands for. Now, would I, if it was a Confederate leader, like just because, I mean, I would still, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to notice it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on where these statues are,
Yeah.
and how prevalent they are. And I have no problem with them saying, okay, we're going to take them down, but we're going to put them in museums. Because
Oh yeah, that wouldn't bother me.
at the end of
Yeah.
the day, our museums need funding, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's the way to get people to donate money and join what do you call it? The board, or
The
when you
board, yeah.
get a museum membership, that's okay, let's check out the Confederate. I mean, we don't have a statue of um, Osama bin Laden, but we can go to the 9/11 museum and see pictures of him, and you know what I'm
You
saying?
made such
I
a
mean, it's
you
not the
made such
same. What I'm saying is like there's evil people that you can still see images of them and learn about them without erecting an entire statue. As
right.
statue is to commemorate somebody. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. But
So
you made an interesting point about taking it and putting it into a museum, because I feel like you're putting more of an educational thought process, spin on it, whatever it is, viewpoint. Like you said, these statues are considered monuments. And while I probably don't pay attention to 98% of the ones that I pass, yeah, there's 2% that I am still paying attention to. But if we're going to take them down, yeah, you're right. Maybe that's a great idea.
So I'm not that intelligent. But
oh, it's not. Oh,
it is. Thank you, though.
Well, it's a great idea. I hadn't heard of it.
But I just think like I never really understood the. I mean, okay, when I say I never understood, I do understand. But it's like trying to understand idiocy. Like, why would you want to make a statue of somebody who, when you think about it, was treasonous, like was against what America was trying to stand for? Like when you talk about y'all lost. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lost.
We give participation trophies now to kids.
I know,
so it's
I understand
participation trophies.
I understand it, but I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Everybody's not a winner. Like everybody that played for the Lakers doesn't get a statue in front of Staples Center. You know, the people, the ones that were on the losing teams are not getting statues.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony's not getting a statue in front of the Garden because he played for the Knicks. I love Carmelo. He's one of my favorite players, but does that mean I need to have him? He was a loser on the team. Like the team was a losing team.
Yeah.
Reward losers, you know?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of parents like, that's a bad word. Fuck it, loser. Like,
loser?
Lost.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Parents, I always hear parents say, stupid is a bad word, loser is a bad word. My hearing aids just died. Oh, damn it.
Loser hearing aid.
I went to the hearing aid doctor on a side note, and it's going to cost me $5,200 for a new set of hearing aids. She said, and she cleaned this one hearing aid, and so it messed up somehow. And she's like, well, just keep wearing it until you're ready to get a new one. And it died. I think when she cleaned it, it messed it up. And so now they're not open again until Tuesday.
And I still don't understand how your hearing aids are not a vital necessity as part of the healthcare package.
Because majority of the people that wear them are elderly.
But how is that not part of like a healthcare package? Like, I don't understand how it's not covered.
Hear about COVID, because it doesn't affect. It's in the beginning they were like, oh, elderly are the ones that are dying. Now it's an issue because 20 and 30-year-olds, you know, 50-year-old parents are like losing, are getting, or have their kids getting. You know what I mean? When it starts to affect the decision makers. So when 30 and 40-year-olds start needing hearing aids, then it's gonna be, oh, we got to cover it. But as long as it's, because children are covered, little kids are covered, old people aren't, well, they're gonna die anyway. You know, it's like, it's a whatever. That's a topic for another day. $5,200 for this shit. 50
for two of them or one?
Two of them.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna have to buy a new set. Anyway,
unbelievable.
So back to these statues. The problem too that I also see is like deflection. Like, it's great that they're tearing them down, but that's not what we asked for.
You mean they're still not listening?
I mean,
they're mad because they're giving you a solution, but they still not listening?
Right. Like, I think about the NFL. They're like, we're gonna sing "Lift Every Voice" on the first game of NFL season. We ain't asked for all that. We did not ask for that. And I saw a meme online on social media. They were like, when the NFL finds out that Black people don't know the second verse.
Do you remember that clip of who was it? Was it it was an in between from one of the awards, and it was Dave Chappelle, and was it D.L. Hughley? And they were talking about the Black national anthem, and like nobody knew it.
I saw I didn't see that, but I did see um what's her name? She's a comedian on Insecure.
Issa Rae?
No, she's the. Do you watch Insecure? She plays the new mom. She she's a comedian. Can't remember her name. She was on the Real. She quit a couple weeks ago.
Cheryl? No.
Mm.
Hold on. I gotta Google this because it's gonna kill me.
And
What is it about like
she had a comedy special, and she started. She was like, black people. They get. She started singing "Lift Every Voice," and then she said, white people looking around like, wait, they got their own. They got their own national anthem. She said, "Shit was so funny," but a lot of people don't even know, aren't even aware of it, But
yeah.
but again, that's not what we asked for. We asked for y'all to rehire Colin Kaepernick. We asked for y'all to put executives in the GM position, ownership, and coaching. There's only 3 NFL coaches, black NFL coaches, and 2 black GMs in a league that is over 70% black. So, all right, we'll sing the national anthem. And then here come the Redskins, with all the debate about their name. And did you see the statement they issued?
What did they say now?
They were like, we're going to give it some thought. We're going to talk about it, discuss it. And, we have always contributed to Native Americans and the military. It's like, what does the military have to do? Like, why would you even put that in the same sentence?
Yeah.
It's like,
But this is an issue, an ongoing issue. I remember since I was very young, and they're not going to change anything. They don't care. But that's I don't. You know what?
not because of the people. They're going to change because the companies. Nike stopped selling their product on their website. They didn't even make an announcement. They just deleted all Washington Redskins merchandise from their website. Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That money speaks. So
it does.
like the Washington Warriors or something, I don't know. So, but again, the symbols, they matter in terms of us. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna ask you. You want to talking about symbols, and the reason it's on my head is because of the there's a presidential speech happening in the front of Mount Rushmore,
right?
And there's been a Indigenous Americans have had such a high respect for nature, and they would never have. What is the Native American carving that's right almost like behind next to Mount Rushmore?
Mm-hmm.
And they did it as to placate Indigenous Americans, but it was one of those things where like, we don't believe in defacing nature. Why would we want that? So
my battery that died, because now it's back on. Sorry, go ahead. You change my battery.
Oh, well, that's good. At least maybe you'll be able to hear.
Yeah.
But my question was, they were a few people on social media today were saying how maybe Mount Rushmore needs to be part of what we're taking away.
Right.
And I was thinking to myself, well, would it matter? Does it change? Does it really, really change how we treat each other, respect each other, and talk to each other?
No. I don't think Mount Rushmore should be. Wait, my hearing aid died again. What the hell? Sorry, anyway.
It's a hearing. It's a vital thing for life.
Okay, it just came on. So I don't think we should get rid of Mount. Oh, it just died again. I just put a new battery in. Anyway, so I don't think Mount Rushmore should be eliminated. Like, what do you call that? It's not like you can just,
Yeah.
I don't think it should be eliminated at this point. Like, that's too massive. Like, really, let's just. But can we change the way we teach American history in our schools?
That would be nice, actually.
Like I think about when I was in school, like the time dedicated to Native American history? I don't even know.
I never even learned about it. Although I wasn't in the continental United States when they teach that. I think it's fourth grade or fifth grade or something like that.
We're here in high school, they didn't teach it.
Oh, definitely
That's
not.
what I'm saying. It's like,
I remember. Do you remember when they started making the Sacagawea coin?
mm-mm.
And no, no, you know who it was? Do you remember Frank? He was like, we were working at Sam Goody at the time. He's like, give me your John Hancock, and I was like, what? And you're like, John Hancock. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. They're like the first signature on the Declaration of Independence. And I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't here for that. Like we wasn't learning about all that.
The only thing I learned about Native Americans, and when I was growing
Not
up,
that that's Native American, but
they weren't named Native Americans. We just called them Indians, which,
yeah,
as time grew on, you realize, okay, that's racist.
yeah.
But the only thing I learned was like for Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims, they invited the Native Americans to sit with them at the table, and they broke bread together, and the world was a greater place.
But
That's
then,
like, it's
but
like,
but finish the sentence. You gave them, what was it? Blankets filled with that were contaminated with smallpox, right? What plague was it that they like? Finish the sentence. Yeah, you invited them and then you killed them all. Let's finish the sentence.
yeah, that part gets left out. It's just like everything. There needs to be a relearning of history, and it's like, you can, like, who do you blame? Do you blame the parents? At the end of the day, the parents are like, they're working. They're not really. They have,
Parents have, see. So here's my stance on that. While I do think that parents have a responsibility of cultivating a lot of education, I also think that their support. So you're reinforcing what the child is learning, right? Monthly, daily, weekly, all that stuff. But you're relying on the school system for 90% of that. I should be support. I shouldn't be 90% education. I should be support. I'm with you in the struggle. I'm going to do what I can to support my child at home. I'm going to advocate for them, of course. I'm going to be in those meetings when there's, curriculum writing and instruction and guidance and all that stuff. But I'm relying on the schools. They have a responsibility
but I think it
to.
has to go twofold, because it's, in a way, it's like, if you're okay with like whatever, then you're only going to be an advocate so much. But if you really want your child, if like this time in our life, 2020 is teaching you something, and on a side note, the fact that it's happening in the year 2020, and we can be like, hindsight is 2020, like, it's just,
Yeah.
the way this all is coming together is crazy. But for parents that have used this time to educate, like, I see a lot of my white friends on social media talking about all this learning that they've done and books that they're reading and stuff like that. And some of them are parents, and it's like, if you want to be an advocate for your child, it has to also like, you can't just throw everything on the school. I mean, they're only going to do so much. At the end of the day, you got to come and supplement that with what they're learning.
But that's exactly what I said.
Tonight.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Your support. But you're relying on the school system to do the biggest chunk of it. But I think part of
If you find out that when they come home and it says Black History Month, and you're like, so what did you learn today? And they tell you about Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, and you say, what else? And I'm like, that's it. Then that's when you become an advocate for them. All right, let me sit you down.
Of course, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, the school is only going to do so much, and maybe it comes in PTA meetings or things like that where you can speak up more. But you also,
we're saying the exact same thing,
right?
Because I think I'm just using a word that I think like you don't like, that I'm saying support, because we're definitely saying the exact same thing. But there's also now so my district just started. There's most districts in New York are now starting a diversity and inclusion task force, and they're going to be looking at the curriculum as a whole, not everything, because you can't go through grades, because that actually takes time.
Where like where?
In the districts, in the school districts.
In Suffolk County, or just?
It's starting in, well, definitely Suffolk County, but in the state of New York.
Okay.
There's now diversity and inclusion task force. And what they're doing is just taking a snapshot of what are we teaching? How are we teaching it? Can we do better? How are we creating an environment of inclusion and support? Are we looking at all aspects? And, you know, that's definitely something that for especially for the districts that are not as diverse, it's really important. Districts that are already diverse, I think they've already had a pretty good handle on diversity and inclusion and all that stuff. So I definitely think it's getting better. All this has, you know, there's definitely, it's funny how like arts, education, and arts is all encompassing, music and not just, you know, like painting, music, all of it. Arts and education are seeming to be the first step in embracing so many different calls to action.
Right.
Or maybe that's just me in my, you know, whimsical thinking perhaps, but I definitely feel like there's definitely they've seen a call to action and they're like, okay, let's do that. Let's figure it out.
I hope it stays the same, and I just hope that, like, going forward, we start to, like, touching back on the statue thing, that we start to recognize and acknowledge leaders that really, you know, showed unity and love and that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here back in my brain. I was like, I don't think I can recall ever seeing like a statue of an Asian American. It's like either white, black, Native American, like,
That's it.
I don't know any Puerto Rican statues.
Roberto Clemente in Puerto Rico.
Where is it?
It's in Puerto Rico.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
there's plenty of statues in China. China.
China. Isn't it funny how now you even say things differently?
I hate it. So anyway, but it's like we need to like work on trying to build that kind of thing. You know what I mean? How great would it be if in front of the NBA headquarters there was a statue of Yao Ming? You know, he was one of the greatest, you know, Chinese basketball players that's ever played in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's just.
Where is he now? Did he retire?
No, he actually runs NBA China. In China.
Stop.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That deserves a statue.
And it was crazy because it was like this whole big thing because, you know, with the Hong Kong protests, one of the coaches, I think he's coached for Houston Rockets, not the coach, but the owner. I can't remember, GM, something like that, for Houston Rockets. He made a comment on Twitter about Hong Kong and advocating for the protesters. But they're not trying to hear that. And like, it's a different kind of country. And so they stopped everything with American basketball. Demanded apology. He got the apology. They were like, we're good. So I don't even think it's been repaired yet. This happened like a year ago. And then
it's crazy. It's crazy how like, so here's the thing, like this is one of the things, my observation. I've only traveled, I'd like to believe I'm well traveled. I haven't been to every country. So am I well traveled? I guess not. Am I a political science major? Probably not. But
what happened?
I think a tree fell.
On your house?
Outside. Somewhere. Something fell. So here's the thing. So in America, no, you're just talking about, you know, in China with protesting. What?
I said, do you need to go check on it and I can talk to people myself?
No, I'm good.
Yes, only.
Nah, I got my boo can handle it. So here's the thing. So in America, like we have the right to protest, and we do, and people hate it. No matter how we do it peacefully, they hate it. We do it out loud, they hate it.
Yeah.
They say that it's, yeah, but here's the thing though. if you go to any other, there's a few countries that while you protest, not only do they hate it, if you support a protester, you are vehemently punished. Like not vehemently
Ew.
punished.
Well, that happens here.
No, but to the point where like your company, your home, everything we are shutting this shit down. We're here in this country, I can sit on my couch and be like, you're an animal. Okay, you're the animal. Nope, you're the animal. Nope, you're the animal. So as much as like, you know what, everyone doesn't like how we're talking right now, but damn. You can't be like, there's a lot of opposition on both ends, and to be in a country where you can still do that, I think that's a great thing.
It's definitely great, but I also believe that America is like, for us to be blind to the fact that a lot of that is happening here too. It may not be to that extent, but
Yeah.
look at all the people that are being canceled.
I know.
They're speaking out, or they're losing their business and their livelihood.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with it. But what happens when my viewpoints are polarizing to the opposite, to the majority?
The mass.
Do I start to, like, what happens to me when I speak out? Like, I'm sure I've said some stuff on this podcast where it's like, well, I didn't mean it that way. And I keep telling myself, if anybody ever digs up my shit, I'm not giving no apology. Be like, yeah, I said it. But I'm going to say that. After close reflection and spiritual guidance from my pastor, I've come to the realization that I have failed. My apologies to all those that I may have offended. I am going to take this time to really reflect on how I can be a better human being. Love and blessings, Tamika.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Look at you. Oh, girl, you need to be in PR.
I got it ready.
Oh, you're ready. You're ready. I'm ready with an apology. I'd be like, I don't know. I don't think I said that. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. They come interview. I don't know her.
I don't know her. Whoa. You gonna throw tire tracks all up on me?
No, you would do that to me.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
If somebody came to you, be like, so what do you think about her thoughts? I have nothing to do with it.
I listen, I'm so long-winded and stupid. I would give an answer and they'd be like, I still don't get your answer. So it is what it is.
You know what's going to happen with me? It's going to be people that I haven't not spoken to in a while. Like, I knew it. I knew her. I knew her when she always been that way. It's like, okay. People digging and shit. But I
wish a mofo would, man. Trying to tell that they know me. Get out of here.
You
don't know me, man.
The only thing that would hurt is if it would come from like my immediate family, my mom, obviously is my immediate family, and like my close friends, you know?
Yeah.
They like turn their back on me. Should I pretend I'm LaToya Jackson?
First of all, I was about to say I love it. Once you flip the hair, I was like, oh my God, I was waiting for you to be quiet for a second. Put it back.
What was that song?
Good.
I don't remember. Anyway, she had like one song. Raby had one song. Do you think they resent Janet?
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is.
I have to tell you, yes, because I have like, so I think it's, oh my God, Hot Potato, Nighttime Lover, Just Wanna Dance, Bet You Gonna Need My Lovin'.
Oh, I know that one.
If You Feel the Funk.
No, I don't know that one.
So me and my brother, I have like this, like, he's my friend. I love him. I love talking to him. He makes me laugh. But I also sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel like whole life came easy for you. You always know what you wanted to do and you just did it and you're successful, because everyone's definition of success is subjective. And I'm like, oh, it's so hard to be his sibling, especially, you know, when you're like searching the world and growing up and finding yourself in there. We're only 13 months apart. If I were Reby, Tito, all of them, I'd be like, I hate Michael and I hate Janet.
But here's the thing. Like Kermit said, it ain't easy being green.
It is not. A
Like,
lot, yeah.
I
You
think
pay
Herman is
a lot
probably
for that.
the most beloved character, but it's like, he's sitting there on the stump. Like, I'm sure your brother has things where it's like, yeah, everything
Damn.
looks good, but you know, I'm not happy. There's moments where I'm not happy, or there's
And I'm sure
like,
like
even
I'm sure in his yeah, and I'm sure in his perspective too, it's like, look at this bitch, all flighty, doing whatever the fuck she wants to do. Must be nice. Yeah, it kind of is though.
yeah,
Nobody like
you're the
nobody.
most happiest unhappy person I've ever met.
What?
Like you have like a blissful, happy life, but you will
Mhm.
find little things. Be like,
Yeah,
life sucks because it's raining outside and I can't like drink a beer.
but silver lining, the grass is growing.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I am. I'm so happy go lucky, but then I'll find like that one thing. But it's crazy too because it's like I always try to sit in such a place of gratitude because I do like I have so many blessings and I've had such a blessed life and an awesome life and like like I really do just appreciate so many things. But damn, a chemical imbalance or something because every once in a while I'm like,
But that's
uh,
normal. Everybody is like that.
yeah,
Everybody's got.
yeah.
I believe as great as your brother is, and like he probably has moments where it's like fucking, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm annoyed. I just want to go fishing by myself. You know what I mean? Something you
Yeah,
never know.
yeah, something, yeah.
Like I have my moments where I'm just like I'm just gonna. I got my news about my hearing aid today, and then my mechanic wouldn't see my car, and I went to the beach and I just watched Dead to Me. You know what I'm saying? So and then that when I was driving, I was like, my life sucks. I have nothing, nothing. But then
Nothing.
you watch Dead to Me and you relax and came home and went shopping with my aunt or
With
whatever.
your family.
Yes.
Yeah, so see?
So anyway, but it's back to statues.
Participation trophies.
Oh my gosh, crazy. But it's one of those things though. It's great that they're coming down, but that's not what we really asked for.
So
We want
did
equality.
you see how they're taking down the statue of Leopold in
No, I
South
didn't.
Africa?
No, I didn't see that.
So they're taking it down and people are kind of like, obviously they don't like 15 million people were massacred. No, I don't think, I'm sure there's opposition and not too many people have a problem, but what they're talking about is, again, back to your point when it came to education. um there's another person in history that doesn't have statues and they killed what, 10 million, right? Hitler killed 10 million, something like that.
Right.
um so it's one of those, like, why did we learn only about one and not the other? Because he killed Jews? Or like, did it really matter who they killed for us to learn? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What?
I said I
What are
like
you laughing at? What?
I like your toy.
Oh, it's so squishy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm like trying to make it like a serious point, holding a kid's toy.
Yeah. But yeah, I get it. But it's true
But
though.
then, here's my thing too. So you know how people making like we're erasing history by taking down all these statues. Um, and did you notice on social media how people are making a point to highlight that Black and Hispanic people are not the only ones that struggled, and like Italian Americans have been massacred, Irish Americans were persecuted and massacred, and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, like, and that's okay with you?
And my thing with that is like here.
Yeah. The what was it? The New Orleans, Louisiana
Well,
massacre,
I'm
like
talking about
18 something.
the whole fucking country was slave. Like we can't compare it. It's like people saying like, well, like Italian Americans saying, well, we saying the same thing to Holocaust survivors. It's like everything is not apples to apples. A green apple versus a red apple. It's not the same.
Does that, no, but does that negate the argument though?
Yes, it negates the argument because it's the two different arguments. It's like me saying, it took me 2 hours to get my hair done, and you saying it took me an hour. Okay, yeah, we both went to the hairdresser, so we got two different types of hair.
So what,
Your
bitch?
shit,
Yeah.
your shit don't take as long as mine. Okay, what is your point? Yeah, we both got a struggle, but we're not talking about the same struggle here. Okay.
I have to tell you, back to my brother. I was talking to him, and had me in stitches because I was like, I was telling him something, and he's like, "That doesn't sound like a struggle. That sounds like an option." And I was like, "Oh my God, no, that's not a hardship. That's an option." And I was like, "Oh, my mind was blown. I was in stitches." And I'm like, "Oh my God, the things that people are calling about hardships, like, all right, that's a choice, not a hardship. Like, let's talk about, like, okay, so my hair was an hour and yours was 2-3 hours. So effing what? So
Like, what does that have to do with anything? It's still, I mean, yeah, there's still struggles, but it's different types of struggles. They
yeah.
can't be compared.
And not every, not, but,
Yes,
and back to his point, not every struggle is a struggle. Sometimes it's just an option.
right. Like I'm not, look, I'm not going to sit up here and seem like I'm on the record saying that I don't think by saying things about white people that you're being racist, because if you look at the word racism, it's really about oppressing people, using institutions and things like that to oppress another race. And white people ain't being oppressed. I just don't think it. I mean, you can talk to different people and they might say, yeah, our struggle is real. That's fine. Yeah, your struggle is probably, I know a lot of like white people that probably, you know, they struggle, but their struggle ain't my struggle. You know what I'm saying? Their struggle is not your struggle. They're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be talked about the same way
Right.
behind their back about because of the color of their skin. They're not going to be rejected because of their ethnicity. They're going to be rejected because you're just stupid. You're just not good for the job because you're not smart. It might be, but me, it might be, not only are you not smart, you're black. It's like, okay, here we go.
All right then.
So anyway, back to statues.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's just, I don't want to get into, I was trying to be I don't want,
Focus, man.
no, it's not even focus. I don't want to
Focus,
turn into
man.
like I'm just racist or anything like that. I don't, it's just a different struggle. It's just different. And I just wish people would recognize that and not try to do a up-onemanship and me too. And, you know, could you imagine if, like, think about those two incidents that happened this past week. The couple that pointed their guns at protesters as they were walking by. They weren't even in their yard. They were just walking down the street.
Oh, I thought they were. I thought they broke into their property. They broke their fence and walked into their property.
I don't know. I didn't hear that. I just heard they were walking down the street and they were yelling at whatever. And then their thing was like, well, they weren't black, they were white. Well, okay. What does that have
You
to
were
do
still,
with
you had an AK-47 and a handgun. Like,
And then the other one is the woman that pulls
oh, in
out.
the parking lot?
Yeah, it's like, really, it's not that
Oh,
serious. It's
oh
not that,
my
like,
gosh.
what are you doing?
I only saw the tail end of that video and I saw her face where she's like, back up, back up. And it's like, nobody's moving. Like,
Right. They
what are you
always talk
talking
about
about?
back up when they're like a mile away. But whatever. But my thing is like if the color was reversed, oh my God. The outrage. The outrage. But it's like as destructive as some black people can be, we're not crazy like that. Okay? We just it's just a different level. It's not like we fear, but we don't fear in that way. Like, what do you fear? What are you so scared of? A woman with 3 of her daughters? And you supposedly bumped into it, and the daughter did what I always do. This happened to me the other day. The daughter did what I always do. You gonna say excuse me? So I'm in the store working the other day, and you know how they have
Mhm.
the arrows that say one way,
Right.
So I'm on the end of the aisle and I'm working. And guy, he's also working. He's like a vendor for beer or something like that. And the way the aisles are narrow, so I'm in the middle of the aisle, and I see him first. He came through before. He came down the aisle, and he didn't look at me. He didn't say excuse. Like, I let him go. I saw him coming, and I stepped out of the way and let him go. He didn't say thank you, excuse me, which I can't stand. Like, I don't have to let you out the way without you acknowledging my presence.
Right. Right. Right.
Go back that way, right? So so I blocked it. I stood there. He couldn't get past me because the arrows. He couldn't get past me without shoving me. And then he was like standing. I was like, "You gonna say excuse me?" He's like, "Oh, excuse me." I was like, "All right," but I'm good for that.
Do you know what's so funny? There have been countless times where you and me together and you be looking at me like, shut the fuck up, Marissa. Where like somebody will say to me, we're standing literally next to each other, and somebody will be like, can you move up? And I'm like, no. Like, why are you talking to me? No. And they're like, really? Oh my God, and you're not gonna move? And then they start doing like, with like the big arms. They're like, we'll be on a line or something. And I'm like, I'm not moving. You can bump into me 45,000 times. I'm not moving. And of all the people here, why the fuck are you talking to me for? Go somewhere else. I fucking hate that so much. I hate that.
I if somebody doesn't hold the door for me, I say thank you. Like, I'm just real obnoxious. So that's pretty much basically what precipitated that encounter with the woman, and because the girl was like, she yelled at her. She's like, "What the fuck?" or whatever.
Yep.
The daughter, and then the mother intervened, and their response was to pull out a gun. Okay, but anyway, back to statues.
For some reason, I am like kryptonite for you today, because I think I gave you my tangent isms and like going off topic isms. I am like kryptonite for you today.
We'll switch the topics, but let me just say, once again, statues coming down are great, but that's not really what we asked for. Kids were toppling them and stuff like that, but
yeah.
in the list of wants from Black Lives Matter,
they're just still not listening.
Like, not even at the top. We want to be in the boardrooms. We want an opportunity.
You're still not listening.
We want Oprah to pick up on our podcast. We want Black women to be recognized and not be degraded by Black men, especially. We are allies.
The worst is like, when you're trying to make a point to someone and they throw back in your face with like, like black on black crime. What do you say about that?
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Like, you people don't even respect yourselves.
That, in moments like that, is which I wish that I had, like, I was good with numbers and can spout off the figures, because the numbers make sense.
Yeah.
Not even close. It's not even close. If they consider black on black crime, they wouldn't compare to white on white crime. It'll be like domestic violence. Anyway, let's switch to Yep, That's Trending. Yep, that's trending. So the topic is, oh, you a billionaire now?
I love the way you said that. Oh. But they came out and said, no, you ain't. Like your sister. You and your sister. Nope.
Well, I was thinking about, what's his name? Bill Gates. When I thought of this topic. Not Bill Gates. Not Bill Gates. What's his name? I can't remember. Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
Because that it came out that he hit 166 million. The richest man in
171.6 billion.
Billion. I said million. My gosh. My bad, Jeff. And I'm always reminded of the episode of him on Oprah. It was like in the 90s when Amazon was just a book company. And she was like, this is so great. She was like, because, she's a book girl, book woman.
Yeah.
And I remember him being on there and her talking about, this is just amazing. The idea that you can just order books and can be delivered, that kind of thing. And I wish I would have got on the Amazon gravy train then. Could you imagine, homie?
I got so many ifs, wishes, what ifs. Why
But
didn't I keep on that?
but you think about all these people that are like now billionaires. Him, the pseudo billionaires in the Western Kardashians. I don't even believe them being like okay. And like they're like you bragging about a billion when I just seen Jeff Bezos with damn near 200 billion. Like you, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm here like, I think I'm gonna buy $10 worth of scratch offs today.
I'm 100 air.
And I won $4. And I was like, hey, lost 6.
I gotta tell you, isn't it so funny how like when you're think back of when you're a kid and you got like, I don't know, like $1 or somebody gave you like $1 and you're like,
right?
I got money. I got money. Give me the extra large. Like one of my kids lost another tooth. And the tooth fairy gives $2 bills, but she was out. But actually she couldn't find them really because she hides everything really well and then forgets where they go. So homegirl gave a crisp $5 bill. And
You rich.
yeah, rich. And the thing was, it was like the other two were like, hold up a second here. You're like, how you get all that? And then he's like, can we go to the dollar store? I'm gonna buy some stuff. I got some coins. And he was like treating
every time the tooth fairy gives these kids money, they're like, oh, I'm about it. Whenever I give them $1 or 2, they're like, no thanks. What have you done to them? Like I'm always begging them to like take this quarter. Take this
right?
quarter. And they're like, no thanks.
I don't know. I don't know if that's like a
don't take money from people. Only me and daddy.
No, because even then, like my daughter, when we went to the dollar store, she picked out a few things. She gave me money, and I was like, "Not like we're at the dollar store. Like I got it." And she put money in the cup holder.
Hold up. You said we at the dollar store, but you know how much money you could spend at a dollar store?
Yes.
I see people with a cart full.
Yes.
$100 and $200 worth of easy.
Yes. I've done that. I'm a big crafter, so I've done that. I bought a plethora of things there. I've done that. But the thing was, it's just like, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're very like, I don't know if they feel like they earn it that way or they can't just take it. I don't know what their problem is.
Maybe they'll be the first billionaire Salises.
That'd be amazing.
But so now, you know, all these people with their money and their billions, and I don't want to be counting people's money, but how it's the American thing to do. That's what we do. We count.
But it's like that's the new crystal bottle for some reason. Like trying to say that you're a billionaire.
It's crazy though, but my thing is like I'm always trying to figure out like as an adult, like probably if I was 20 something, I'd be like, oh yeah, they're gonna get like a gold chain, platinum chain. But now I'm like, so what charities you giving to? How are you using that? You know what I mean? How you using that money? And my cousin works for Amazon, and so Bill Gates I keep saying Bill Gates.
Jeff Bezos
said that he's giving his employees because they got rid of the $2 hazard pay. They were making $2 extra. They got you know that's gonna drain the company because he's almost 200. Like he could give them all $1 million
and he'd still be all right.
Right. So anyway, he's doing $500 million for the employees. So that ends up with them getting $500 bonus for each employee. But it's like, okay, well, it just seemed very like, I mean, my cousin was happy, but at the same time, she would rather have the $2.
Yeah.
Pay,
yeah.
You know, even if it came out to the same amount, you can. I don't know. I just be looking and seeing what are you doing with the money, all that money, and how you use it, and then it's like $500 million is a lot of money, and then you find out how much he's worth, and you're like, well. And then he spent $15 million on a house.
Why do you need so much house?
And I'm on MLSLI looking at like rundown jalopies. Well, jalopies are called rundown homes that need a lot of work for 250, and this guy's spending. I don't.
Well, what do you do with such a big house though? All that, and like,
And
aren't his kids grown and stuff?
His wife left you.
What?
And with his girlfriend because his wife done left him.
Oh yeah. I was like, who left who?
But it's like
Exactly.
it's like crazy though. But you know, it's like counting his money, counting Kardashian money, and what are they doing with? It's like I don't like to be that way, but I can't help it because they keep flaunting everything. Like
And
these people are making. Why do you keep telling us?
and what kills me is like all those free clothes that the Kardashians, all the free clothes that they get, they sell it.
Right.
They sell it and then they say a portion of the proceeds. It's like 10%.
Yeah, it's not even like
you got that shit for free and you're only giving 10%.
Like if I see all proceeds are going, I'm like, all right, they not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just everybody's a billionaire now. It's like it's not everybody, but a lot of you see Jay-Z and Diddy and I look at them, I'm like, well, they've been in it a long time. They work for that shit.
They work for that shit. And then you talk about this chick who's selling highlighters and like stretchy underwear, and you're like, this mofo.
It feels like her whole empire was built off of the backs, literally,
Of her back?
both and others. Like how many lawsuits does she get that she settles out of because she stole somebody's concept or I don't know. It's just it's very, very annoying. Like I can even appreciate Jeff Bezos because it's like he created that shit.
He started in a cubicle.
Yeah, like
remember the signs that said, yeah.
You can't even hate because you're like, oh, okay.
He worked for it.
Same thing with Bill Gates. But then it's those mofos that like get $1 million from the daddy and like $1 million. But then you can't be like okay, $1 million, you turned it into billions. Okay, that's great. But you have a fraction of what Bezos had, but then you're president. So, you know what I mean? So it's all about goals.
Yeah.
What's better, being president or being the richest man in America? What would you, would you rather be a leader or okay, would you rather be Jeff Bezos or Obama? Now, Obama's rich. He wouldn't start out that way. Bezos is rich. He didn't start out that way, but
here's the difference between one and one. One has a lifetime pension with medical and dental benefits.
Bitch, they both got that is not even Bezos is gonna be.
Listen, Bezos is he's a crack pipe away from losing it all. So
yeah, but he might have invested in something that's gonna pay for his medical for the rest of his life. Look,
everybody's a crack pipe away.
Although Madoff did lose a lot of money, and
see what I'm saying?
Like he in jail now.
Listen,
Madoff, isn't it crazy with I don't know if you know the story of Bobby Bonilla. I can never say when it's two L's in
Bonilla.
Yes, Bonilla. You know the story of him of his.
What happened?
So he used to play for the Mets, and so Madoff the Mets invested in Madoff, and Madoff made off with their money. So in order to satisfy the debts they had to other people after they found out what was what, they set up they had to pay Bobby Bonilla, and so they set up a contract with him that would pay him interest, 8% interest every year until 2035. His contract was only for $6 million. He gets close to $1.2 million a year on July 1st every year until 2035. another person who I thought like his people did him right, Allen Iverson. His deal paid
Wait,
him,
who's that?
basketball player,
Uh,
AI.
okay.
His deal, his deal pays him $1 million a year until he turns, I think 70, 50 or 7, something like that, for the rest of his life, or some, not for the rest of his life, but like for certain, he's gonna get paid $1 million a year. It's like, this is like the lotto on steroids. It's like win for life.
Damn.
These people are rich out here.
Rich.
People are,
Damn, homie.
take a sip of my cheap. I don't even buy the the Hawaiian punch jug,
Mm-hmm.
that you buy in the supermarket.
Yeah.
I don't even. I'm like, I get the no name brand because it's $1 less. One day I'm gonna be buying the expensive one home. One day I'm gonna get the Hawaiian punch. But for now, Stop and Shop.
But sometimes you be that house brand. Sometimes it be hitting better.
Yeah, but
I like
sometimes
cheap cereal.
I'd like to splurge though. And
Yeah.
I'm one of those people where I don't really like to splurge on myself. Like I'll buy something like crazy. So when I get something that's really nice, like it's gonna take me a while to like crack it open and really enjoy it. Like the Sincoro right there. God knows.
You're
Anyway,
funny. What was the last thing you splurged on?
the last thing I splurged on, I got me a sausage and peppers sandwich today.
Okay.
That's not something. That's $10.
Oh, for one sandwich?
It's the hero.
Is it a meal?
It's the hero. The
Oh.
big, but for real though, the last thing I splurged on, I got the Ring floodlight.
Okay.
It's really a family.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My phone, nothing. I mean, alcohol count.
Yeah.
Billion.
Maybe.
It's
Okay.
$10 though, so I don't know. I guess when it comes to real money, it'd probably be like a trip, you know.
Oh man.
Anyway,
When is that gonna happen again?
well, we can't go to Europe,
No.
and I'm going to Carolina next month, so I might have to quarantine for 2 weeks upon return.
Oh, when you come back?
Yeah. How they gonna find out? Check me. Come check me, boo. Come check me. Anyway,
Oh my lord.
and you got anything else to add? Happy 4th of July, if you celebrate it.
I already celebrated Independence Day.
What day was that?
Oh, June 19th.
Oh, okay.
What do I have to add? I ain't got shit to add. Be nice.
Oh, you know what the biggest thing I splurged on? Well, I'm about to splurge on?
What?
$100 worth of hearing aids.
Oh my lord. Well, oh my lord. I can't believe those things are so expensive and it's not covered
Just so
by
I can
medical.
so I can hear you. It ain't right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, good show.
Good show.
Happy 4th of July, and shout out to all the Native Americans. We got to start thinking about them more often and do right by them, I think. I think it's imperative.
Have you ever been to a powwow?
No, I declined many times.
How come?
Another story for another day. It has nothing to, I just don't feel like I was deserving to go. Like, I don't want to be like, my history. So,
Yes.
my own personal. Anyway, well, it's good talking to you.
Homie, in the middle of your cough, where can they catch us?
Yep, yeah, yes, 18 at Yep, yes, Instagram, Twitter, and the Yep, yeah, yes podcast on Facebook. They can also stream us on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, TuneIn app on Amazon. You can catch the live and audio recording of the show on YouTube. And
I love your headband that way.
so, oh, my hair is a mess. I can't wait to go to the hairdresser. But safety first. Safety first. All right, y'all. It's good talking to you.
I love you, homie.
Love you too. Adios.
Adios.